Hi guys, good morning, good day, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone that is doing okay and is doing wonderful. Guys, as you all know, my name is Maskol. I am your host in this channel. This is my channel. Let's Talk Africa. I hope that you are doing great. I hope that you are doing wonderful. I hope that you are having a fantastic month. Okay, guys, today I want to be talking about the reason why I joined EFF. I know that I've already alluded that there was like a reason that I joined EFF, but it goes beyond that. There's something that is disturbing me here, guys. Just a moment. Okay, now, okay. The reason why I become an EFF member is not because of the noise that the EFF is making. We all know that EFF is making a lot of noise. It's not about the noise, but I've looked like beyond the noise. I understand why the EFF is the most noisiest party, because it's the part that is made of most of them young people. I can understand that. And there are two videos, that maybe three videos. I want to play Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and Julius Malema, and also Julius Malema again. I want you to watch those videos.
Youthful audience. Nationalization of mines remains firmly in the agenda of the Youth League, while their campaign for economic freedom continues.
They can expel us from the ANC. They can suspend us from the ANC. Whatever little corner we occupy, will continue to sell the gospel. Even when we look after cattle in the villages, those others who are looking after cattle with us will continue to baptize them with this ideology of economic freedom.
While Malema and other leaders of the Youth League await their fate from the ANC National Appeal Committee, the organizations...
During apartheid, there were only 4 provinces, and majority of industrial and administrative capability and investment happened at the local state. Yeah. That is the coal face of service delivery. Yeah. And delivering services itself has a lot of economic potential. There's so many jobs that are immediately possible if you build internal state capacity, do away with the tenders. Don't give people EPWPs, give them permanent jobs, secure jobs, so that they build and maintain roads, so that the security guards, the cleaners have proper contracts. And that means buying power in the hands of majority of the citizens. Once they've got buying power, anybody that wants to do business will come here, because the people here have buying power. But the current arrangement keeps money in the hands of few people, majority of which is spent in Europe through the European cars and through expensive products that, so money is in the bag, it goes to Europe or it goes to China and so on and so forth. You've got to circulate majority of the currency in the local economy, at least more than 7 times.
How would that work in real practical terms? Let's take, for example, the challenge that Pick It Up is having. If you are now the head of this city region, with Johannesburg facing this challenge, which is labor-related, and it's ending up, of course, affecting waste management.
Well, the current configuration depends so much on outsourcing of the delivery of services. Do you know, it's so catastrophic, because these tenderpreneurs, because they are on the payroll and they work on the basis of there being problems in the infrastructure, they damage the infrastructure. They go and block sewers. They've damaged the infrastructure of water. For an example, in Mamelodi, the people of Mamelodi have not had water for a couple of years. You've got brand new water tanks that are delivering water. That's a business. So in an instance where you do away with the tenders, you hire people directly and they deliver services, no one is going to damage the infrastructure, because they know we are not going to call a tenderpreneur. Workers of the municipality are going to go and fix the problem. And that will have to be done on proper wages. So the configuration of the budget of Johannesburg will be the interest of building internal state capacity. So waste collectors will get proper wages, the wages that they deserve, and the wages that will expect them to work.
We want to make sure that we open our economy for all to participate. We industrialize, we beneficiate in South Africa. And that's why you were saying, where will the money come from to do all of this? We've got so many minerals lined up on the freeways to Richards Bay, getting out of this country. You must know that the day you take out chrome, put it in a truck and take it to Richards Bay, as it goes passing all places into Richards Bay, those are jobs that are going to be created in a particular country through beneficiation. So we need to beneficiate here in South Africa. We need to industrialize here in South Africa. We need to reopen all the factories that were created by Bantustan governments. In Seshiwo, in everywhere else, there are factories that have collapsed. Why do you open those factories? Those factories must produce the things that we use every day. Why should we wait for a plate to come from China? People use plate every day. We wait for toothpick. We wait for matchsticks. We don't produce matchsticks. All of this, we don't produce television.
But why?
Because this government has gone into trade agreements with other countries. Let's take Germany, for instance. Our trade agreements with Germany says we cannot manufacture a car. We will assemble the cars from Germany. And we don't just assemble, we put money to assemble German cars. Why should we do that? Why should we not manufacture our own car? Where is the market? Africa loves everything South African. They will buy from us. We produce a fighter jet. A fighter jet. If we can produce a flying machine, shouldn't be difficult to produce a car. Denel has demonstrated that we've got the capacity to do this. Denel manufactures army vehicles. And why are we not producing a car? It's trade agreements with Europe, with America, with UK, that you are not going to get involved in this. We use cell phones. My grandmother used to use a cell phone while busy with farming in small scale farming there. And I realized when the Gogos are now using cell phones that this is in demand. Why are we not looking at what is in demand in South Africa and produce it? And when we produce it, we grow our economy and we create.
Look what EFF is seeing in the economy. Because guys, if we are speaking the truth, we are not lying to ourselves. There is still a bit of a layman in terms of the economy. E-economy, though we are free, but is not in the hands of black. The economy to us is passing by. I can say that we are the economy consumers who are not making it. The people who are making it are still the people who were at the forefront of our struggle. Even the BE has not begun to crack in transferring the economy. One of the things about the EFF, like one of the things, like I know that we cannot agree with many things that EFF is saying, but if you sit down and look the things that EFF is saying, it makes sense. I think in South Africa now, at this age, is at a position of nationalizing its assets, right? I think South Africa is in that position. But before 1994, South Africa was not in that position of nationalizing the mine, nationalizing the bank, nationalizing everything. To nationalize it does not mean like there will be no private sectors participating in. There will be private sectors that will be participating in, but the voice of the government will be the ultimate one. But in most of the things that we have, the voice of the private is the ultimate one. There is a video that I saw Zipo play, but I was watching her on TikTok. I'm following her on TikTok. She was talking about who's this guy of MK, but he was trying to block Sullivan, and he said that Sullivan said to him, you have to pay bank, and immediately after that, that guy, he was served, allegedly, he was served with a sheriff notice. You see things like that. If an individual can have a power in a bank, that means like the bank is still the colonizer. And one of the things that we have to look about Julius Malema is that in this video that we will just play, we see that Julius Malema is consistent, and the ANC did not make Julius Malema, it found Julius Malema as he was. You see? And the ANC was the platform for him to voice out. You see, on where he was addressing the audience, like Kgalema Motlhande and Gwede Mantashe were there. He is still saying the same thing that he is saying in the EFF. Many people were saying that he was going to change because now he's the leader of the party. He leads the party, so he had to compromise. No, he is not compromising. He is still soldiering on this economic front. Let me, I don't know what is happening here. You see, on this brutal economy that is anti-black, the economy of South Africa is anti-black. It is not for the black people, the economy. That is why we have parties like EFF. It's saying now, South African, it is the time for a second liberation. Now we can queue with the colonizer at the bank. You can queue at the KFC. We can queue at Spares. You can queue everywhere. You can be in the same plane. You can be in the same aisle of seats. I can break my bank and go to take a flight, good business flight. He can take something from his bank to book a business flight. My bank will be broken. I will be left with zero. He will take on the riches that he's still holding. So it means that we are not yet free economically. You see, we are not yet free economically. So it is the second phase of freedom, economy. So I understand some people are reluctant, like, why? You know what? I'm going to make a video, yes? Yeah, I'm going to make another video. Please, guys, look at that video.